I think the FBI might be onto us.
They don't want us to talk about anything.
Yeah, anything. So let's just talk about something else. How about what, what have you been watching on TV?
I just started watching this show called Control Z on Netflix.
What's that about?
It's basically these kids in high school, and there's this hacker uh sending out videos of like their secrets and stuff.
Secrets, like kind of like in Black Mirror kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like dark stuff. Like,
Okay, so what's one of the secrets?
this guy like murdered someone supposedly.
Okay, I mean that is
Um,
big, but you know.
yeah, it's filmed in Mexico.
Oh, in Mexico, so it's in Spanish.
Yeah.
No, you're joking.
No jokes here.
It's actually in Spanish.
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Can you quote it? Can you quote um the show?
What do you mean quote it?
It's in Spanish, and you're watching the show, so can you quote it?
What do you mean quote it? Like,
Like say a quote from the show, like "Hasta la vista, baby," something like that.
you know what it made me realize is that my Spanish has only gotten worse.
Really?
Yes, because at first I tried watching it without the subtitles and I was like, I barely understand.
Well, you take out those earplugs in your ear, you probably can hear. Should put them in deeper, the earplugs. Um, I don't know. What have I been doing? I saw a Villain. It's a movie about like this mob and this brothers, like one brother comes out of the prison and they start running a bar, brother and brother, and they find out that the younger one like is in debt to a mob boss, like with $80,000 in debt. And so, the whole movie is about them trying to scratch up the money and, trying to get rid of him. It was okay. The story was good, but the way they filmed it wasn't so good. Cause
Oh, that's the worst.
yeah, cause like they had a conversation and then it'll go to like immediately go to like some music and them walking somewhere and then have a conversation in another spot. I mean, that was kind of annoying. I was literally like the whole movie. So they'll have a talk in the restroom or something, and then they'll play some music and it'll show them like walking down the street and then going inside the bar and they'll have a conversation in the bar. And then it'll play some music and it'll be them walking up some stairs and they're talking like in their apartment, And it was transition like that, and it was just I didn't like it. I was not a fan. It was like watching a montage,
I was about
and
to say, I hate montages in movies.
yeah, it was like watch. It was like basically it. The whole movie was one big montage. So yeah, it was okay though.
I watched Chicken Little the other day, and there was two montages, like 10 minutes between each other, and it made me so mad.
Well, I remember that movie kinda. Wasn't he in baseball, the chicken guy?
Yeah, like he joined the baseball team just to like make his dad happy though.
I thought he was actually good in it. He wasn't.
He he was good by an accident.
Is that how he gets that little piece of the sky by like a baseball, or how does that happen?
No, like the movie starts out with him like with something falling from the sky and it hits them on the head. So he
Oh.
goes and tells everyone, "Oh, the sky is falling." But nobody believes him and a year passes by and like still everyone is making fun of him for it. But then eventually like everyone sees that it's aliens.
Aliens. I remember reading the book. It was an acorn in the book, right?
Oh yeah,
Like he was under a tree.
they were like it was an acorn. The sky isn't falling. I just
Yeah.
remember getting toys from that movie at McDonald's.
The McDonald's. I never got those toys. I remember when the movie came out and watching it in theaters, but I do not remember the McDonald's toys.
I
And as like,
I had the little fish.
You had the little fish. Well, that was one of his friends, right?
Yeah, it didn't talk though.
Oh, it was McDonald's toy.
I'm talking about in the movie.
Oh, oh, okay. I don't remember it that well, obviously. Um,
What were you gonna say before though?
I was gonna say, remember going to the Disney store at that one mall?
No.
You got Stitch from there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember they had
That was up in the hills.
yeah, up in the hills. I remember they had like lines of Stitches on a shelf.
I don't
Um,
remember if it was you or someone else, but someone wanted it.
it was not me. It was probably someone else because I didn't like Lilo and Stitch at the time, or I guess not at all. It's an okay movie. It's just not my favorite. And when I was a kid, I remember being annoyed by you for liking it so much. Yeah.
You know what I remember? Because they would have like the cartoon of Lilo and Stitch, like the show.
Yeah, like on Disney.
Yeah, and I remember like waking up at your house like middle of the night and that would be on.
Oh, okay, you just like wake up like internal clock and gotta watch my show,
It was like 3 in the morning. You know they play like the most random stuff at that time.
Do they? I remember that one show about a kid who turned into a dragon. He had like a grandfather that did the same thing.
Oh, wasn't his name like Jake or something?
I have no idea. Jake from State Farm, probably.
It was called American Dragon, Jake Long. I was correct.
Jake Long. Huh.
Do you
I don't
remember
know.
the first movie you saw in theaters?
Shark Tale.
No.
Yeah, that's the one I remember. I remember falling asleep, in the movie theaters. Maybe that's why it was so memorable.
You fell asleep.
Yeah, I remember sitting, I think we were with you and your mom, at the movie theaters. And I remember sitting down and I remember like leaning over and leaning against my mom and I fell asleep. Um, and I woke up, the movie was over.
Um, the first movie I remember watching was Wallace and Gromit.
What is that?
It's like this claymation of
That sounds
a
creepy
yeah,
already.
of a dog and this man, and it was Halloween themed. And
Okay.
so because it was Halloween, when this movie came out, I remember at the movie theater there was like this guy dressed up really scary,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, I can't even like describe how he looked like. Like, actually, you know what I think? I
What?
think he was just a goth kid. Cause cause
Probably.
he had like white face paint and like a purple mohawk and like black lipstick.
Jesus.
But well, I was like 4 or 5 at this time, so that was like terrifying to
Hmm.
me.
Yeah. I wonder. I wonder why. Like, what's the appeal of looking like that? You know, like being golf and all.
I mean, what's the appeal to anything? Yeah,
I mean, it's because you like it, I guess. I mean, I guess that's what or it was a guy, right?
that's what I remember.
Um, Probably just like that, I guess. I mean, that's weird. Being like, it's like being a costume all year round, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's kind of cool. I mean, if you like the attention, because obviously people are gonna stare at you.
I'm surprised you don't get more looks than you do, because, with your green skin.
I think Port Austin is just used to it by now, since they see me pretty
Probably.
frequently.
I mean, did you know we had a nickname for you?
Well, I didn't know that. Do people just
It's,
call me that behind my back?
yeah, they call you the lizard girl.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, not very nice.
I mean,
I'm the one that made it up.
well, I don't know why you would tell me this.
Just to see what you say. I know you're sensitive about it, and when you get sunburned, I know it's not so pretty.
Anyway,
I wonder if you had red skin, like, would a sunburn like show up, or would it still like, you know what I mean? Like, would it be visible?
maybe it'd just be a different shade of red.
I know Grandpa, like when he got tanned, his skin would turn red. Like it wasn't like a darker shade; it would just be red.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. No, he just chewed too much tobacco. I don't know.
He did not.
What was that thing he was always spitting out then?
I don't know. I don't think he chewed tobacco.
He would always chew something, spit it
I
out.
think
I just remember that.
I think that's just something old people do.
Just chew something, spit it out. You go down to the nursing home. Yeah, I remember when I was working at the nursing home, people would just chew and spit things out. Hey, let me see that fork. Start chewing it up, spit out. That's probably why they lose their teeth because they're always chewing and spitting things out.
I think that's like a thing though. Like, haven't you noticed that like old people make a lot of like mouth sounds?
Um, no.
Like,
I mean, your sister, she's like the loudest thing in the world when it comes to eating. Like she smacks all the time. Oh my gosh.
with her whipped cream and chips.
Oh yeah. So I sent a picture to you, girl, here. I got a bowl of chips and I put lemon on it, right? Because it was plain old Lay's. And my you sister, she was eating ice cream. She put whipped cream on it, and she saw my bowl because I left it there to grab a lemon. When I came back, there was whipped cream on it, and I was like, well, okay. And so I ate it, and I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Um, Here, medications and certain diseases can cause dry mouth.
So the solution is to chew things and spit it out.
I really don't think he chewed tobacco. I feel like I would have remembered that.
He chewed something and then spit it out. Like all the time. Every time I was around him, he would be chewing something and spitting it out. He'd be like, "Hello, mijo." He spit out.
Maybe we should talk about our memories with him then.
I remember his mustache.
Anything else?
I remember how prickly it was. You know what I'm saying though? Like when he kisses, because he'll kiss everyone on the
Yeah.
forehead, right? And then when he came to kiss you, it'll tickle your forehead like his little prickly mustache.
I can like feel it now.
Yes, yeah.
I remember the tractor rides.
I remember that too. I remember he cut out like an egg carton, like for me to sit
Oh
on.
yeah.
And he strapped it down to the tractor. Oh, and the cart he would pull sometimes. He would pull all of us on.
I'm surprised that thing could
That
carry
was
all
always
of
fun.
us.
What are you trying to say? Call me fat?
No, I'm just saying when you add multiple people on something.
So you calling me skinny?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you're fat. No, you're good. You're a good size for you,
You know,
you girl.
one of my last memories of him, they
What?
had grandma and grandpa. They had gotten an invitation to a wedding. No, it was a birthday party. And on the
Mm-hmm.
invitation, it was a picture of One Direction.
Was it
Yeah,
quinceañera
it
or
probably
something?
was because that was like the only things that they were invited to. But it was
Mm-hmm.
specifically a picture of like two of the guys that people think were in a secret relationship.
Like
Yeah.
the gay?
So I started screaming and he laughed at me.
Like you looked at it and you got scared and started
Well, like
screaming?
it was just like so funny to me that I was like laughing, screaming. And he was just like, "What is wrong with her?"
He probably thought about that, of all of us. Uh, I mean, I think we're all good to him. He loved us, of course. You can tell. What would he do? Like he would like sell stuff. You know what I'm saying? Get what I'm
The animals, yeah.
Yeah, the animals. He would sell the goats. He had a lot of goats, and they will all follow him because he took care of them. He had goats, chickens. For a while, he had quail,
The horses.
horses. Yeah, we had one named Barbie that my dad bought for
Barbara?
him, and then
Oh.
Barbie because she had blonde hair. Um, she was a nice horse. She had a baby,
But
babe.
one thing I do remember is when they would cook pigs.
Oh yeah, remember when he would kill them? He killed. I think that's why he had no problem killing animals because that was his job. He'll kill them and they'll eat them. I remember he would kill all the goats.
I
Remember
never
that?
saw any of the killings, but I did see like a pig one time just like hanging from something.
Oh, from a tree probably or something. That's what he would do. Yeah, I mean you gotta skin it and all. It's like hunting. Maria wanted me to go and look at it because she was inviting me to go like hey, and I could hear it from the trampoline. I was in the trampoline jumping up and down, and then from there I can hear what they're doing in the back. And I see the pig freaking out, yelling, and man, it's a nasty sound when a pig screams, or squeals, I guess. Yeah, I just
Well,
remember
I was
that.
gonna say, imagine if we had to like kill all our food, would we still be, eating meat then? Oh, so you
Yeah,
would do that too then? You would listen
yeah,
to
I
the
would
little
kill an
squeals of
animal.
a pig? Well,
Yeah, you know, um, the farm. It was like that. It was like that scene with the elephant graveyard from The Lion King.
oh,
With all the bones and all. That was the farm because I remember every time I would play in the dirt, I would always find some bones. Or even like in the backfield, you know what I'm saying? There would always be like skeletons of animals like thrown around here and there.
I
You don't
do,
remember
but I
that?
wonder if like the farm was always there before they got the property.
Well, it's land's old as time, you
Yeah,
know what
that's
I'm
true.
saying? There could have been Native Americans there for all we know.
I mean,
Um,
very likely.
yeah, very likely. I mean, when I found that arrowhead and that skull with a feather tied to it, I just chucked it into the trash can,
It's not
whatever.
like it's important or anything.
Yeah, no, it's not no one's culture or
It could have
ancestor
been our
living
ancestor.
there one time. Yeah, it could have been, yeah. Could have been our great, great, great someone. Yeah. What was your favorite part? What was your favorite part of the
What?
pig? Yeah, like there's certain parts of the
To
pig that are better
eat?
than others. Like the skin's pretty good.
Honestly, that's kind
Yeah,
of
to
like my
eat.
guilty pleasure.
To eat? Yeah, I think everyone eats.
It sounds horrible.
I mean, everyone
Yeah,
does it. They
pork
eat
rinds.
animals. Pork rind, yeah, the skin's always the best part. Fried up,
Oh,
yeah.
it's so awful. I feel
It,
bad.
yeah, but it's so good. And then bacon's good too, you
But
know what I'm
what do
saying?
they use for bacon? Just the fat?
I'm not really sure actually. I thought it came from the legs or like the hip, the
I don't know
thighs. I'm not
anything.
sure. I remember the stomach was always
I'm just
fine.
like, meat is meat.
The pig,
I don't know which part. Have you ever,
meat is meat. So if it's human meat, you'll be eating it?
um, does it really taste that different though?
I don't know. I mean, okay, so here's a scenario. You're on an island and you have someone else with you, but like they're like sick and dying. Would you kill them to
No.
eat them? No, why not? They're sick and dying. And you've been on this island for like say a month. Maybe 3 months. Let's say 3 months and you have nothing else. It's just that sick person and
But
you.
wouldn't I get sick then?
Okay, let's just say they're dying, like from hunger, and they're telling you to eat, to eat. Let.
Have you ever had
Dang
a
it.
dream that you, that,
Okay, 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 Miss Smarty Pants. I was trying to think of like what to say. Okay, so they're sick. I mean, they're just dying. They're just dying, and they're telling you, "Hey, I'm dying. Just go ahead and eat me."
No.
Would you do it? Man, I would eat them in a
You,
heartbeat. What if they turn? No, I'm joking. What if they turn around and try to eat you then to get strength back?
but our bodies aren't made for that.
I mean, does it stop people from trying it?
Speaking of that, I was watching this video on this case the other day.
Whoa, what kind
I
of
just
sites
watch
are you
YouTube
on?
videos about cases.
Cannibals cases,
Like
like
murder
suitcases
cases.
and all. Oh,
And this
okay.
guy, he had invited his ex-boyfriend over. Um,
Uh-huh.
and they were planning to have a dinner. And like, hours go by and I don't know who called. No. He went out
Hmm.
covered in blood to a store or something. And it was like,
Okay.
um, I killed my boyfriend or something like that. And so they go, okay.
You killed your
So they go
boyfriend.
to his house. The police go to his house and like the stove is still on or something. And they're like, oh, so they were having a dinner. And then they find the body and it's all like, ugh, all messed up because he ended up getting his body parts to cook. Um,
Okay. I mean, it sounds like a regular Tuesday night to me.
the way I'm explaining the story is bad, but basically they found up like little pieces like cooked and like chopped up, and like some in the trash can. Like he had tried it but didn't like it, so he just spit it out.
Kind of like grandpa.
um, but yeah, it's just crazy that people actually do that.
Yeah. Did you hear about that case in
Oh
Russia
no.
where a husband and wife, they would kill people and like grind the meat up and sell it
What?
to restaurants? Yeah, and this is an actual case that happened in Russia. I actually learned it from my grandmother of all people, and she was telling me about it. Yeah. Oh wait. Oh,
What?
do you hear that?
FBI, open